I am a songbird.
Good morning, guys. Welcome back to another episode of Earthling Nutrition. We are once again walking the trails of the Saskatoon riverbank, or we will be soon. We're kind of in the grasslands right now. Saskatchewan is a very flat province. You'll hear that from anyone living in Canada. If a Canadian knows just one thing about Saskatchewan, it's that it's flat, which may seem kind of unappealing, but there's actually lots of perks, such as the skyline is so much more extended. Joshua's from Ontario, and yeah, he said that just the types of sunsets and sunrises that we get here is so much more extraordinary just because you can see so much more of the sky. Our province's nickname is actually Land of the Living Skies. So this morning, taking a hike again. I don't do it every morning, as I don't want to get bored of it. I find that happens with exercise a lot. You know, I kind of get on something like cycling or running, and then I just do it straight every single day for a few weeks or even months at a time, and then I kind of get bored of it and then stop. And so, because I love hiking so much, I'm taking kind of, breaks throughout the week from it just so I don't lose that passion for it, because it actually is really important to me. I feel more connected when I'm hiking, listening to ritual podcasts. Thank you to the person who recommended me listen to that podcast. You know who you are, because it is so excellent. It has enhanced my life on so many levels. It's really awesome to hear these stories from people, and just makes you think about your own life in so many, different ways. So for anyone that's looking for a good podcast, I definitely recommend Ritual. It's completely free, so you have nothing to lose by trying it out. This is an update video to let you guys know what I'm doing. Lots of flies still. I've been thinking about where I'm going to take my career in nutrition. There's different options for me, and I've decided that I want to be a nutrition coach for sure. I want to work one-on-one with people. I want to be an author of more books. And I've realized that when I'm studying these topics, just learning about human biology and how nutrition interacts with, the insides of us, it's really made me quite passionate about teaching this to other people, because, all this information for me is quite new, learning about my own body, and it seems just very unorthodox that most of us don't understand how, our vehicle works. Some people would refer to the body as a temple. I would, agree with that. I think of it that way as well, but more so a vehicle. I like using that analogy because really, what am I doing right now? I'm walking. These legs are moving me down the river so I can see this. Like, how beautiful is that? These ears are allowing me to tap into the stories of other people through my iPod. Every single part of our anatomy is designed for us to experience things in life. And so I really view it as not a machine, well, maybe an organic machine, but as sort of like a vehicle that, allows us to move through the physical world so we can improve and enhance our spiritual awareness. So what I've been doing when I've been studying is whatever information I come into that I think, wow, this actually, I can directly apply this to my life. So whenever I come across information like that, I record it down, write it down in my own words, and so I understand it and am able to teach others. Just compiling this database of information for vegans. That's the main thing too. I've always wanted to work with people that are already vegan. Just because I think that there's really a good place for someone to be teaching nutritional information for people that are already on a vegan diet. A lot of people come to veganism and are drawn, to the vegan lifestyle by people that perhaps don't know everything they could about nutrition and about physiology and things like that. Everybody has their place and, a part that they can play in this movement. And, someone like Freelee the Banana Girl, really, really excellent example of someone that has drawn so many people into this lifestyle. and just, an amazingly good influence on people transitioning to veganism. Now, should we expect someone like Freelee to do everything, to know everything? Absolutely not. I never expected that. My point of those videos I did a while back, disagreeing with some of the protocols of Ramble, was to talk about how a processed vegan diet is not going to be getting you all the benefits that you can get, say, from eating more whole foods. So, walking up a hill now. Nobody's perfect. Nobody has all the answers. There's no point in telling someone, oh, you should be doing this, or why are you doing it this way? Everyone has their own role to play, and we should be honoring that, encouraging them to keep going. Every person that's putting out a vegan message with good intentions in their heart are going to be reaching some people, and that's all that we can hope for. Other YouTubers, controversial YouTubers, Vegan Gains, very different style of getting the message out there. Some people would say it's too brash, aggressive, turns people off. It also turns people on. It's also helping people. And the people that it's not helping, if you're going to say that someone turned me off of the vegan lifestyle, I don't really know if that's overly true. Because I think whether the way that that person produces their message, whether that turns you off of them as a person, I think humans connect to ideas, and if you're going to say that Vegan Gains turned me off of veganism because I didn't like that the way he presented the message, then I don't think that you really got the intent of the message. And for those people, I don't think that they're ready to make healthy lifestyle changes anyway. It's interesting. What's my role? I want my role to be educating people that have come to the vegan lifestyle, that have been trying out a diet that they expect to work for them. Whatever, junk food veganism, Ramble, and they're not getting the results that they want. They're not feeling that well. Why? It just comes down to nutrition. Animal foods are not necessary to maintain health. Processed foods are not, they shouldn't exist. We've created them using machines. And when we do stuff like that, we should expect unnatural results in our own physiology. We should expect things to happen that wouldn't in nature. People that are eating a natural diet. And we have to face some truths too. We can't just say that if you eat animal products, even a small amount, you're going to be extremely unhealthy, because we see lots of cultures that eat small amounts of animal products. Honestly, it mainly comes down to processed foods. Eliminating animal products should come down to environmental and ethical concerns, because I think that it's kind of counterproductive to have, all this sort of work going into saying that meat and dairy and blah 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 causes this, because you're always going to get people that can manipulate the studies to show that meat doesn't cause cancer, or, butter can actually be good for your health. I think that it's almost more empowering for someone to know that they can be healthy and fit you know, and disease-free on a plant-based diet, you know, versus telling them that your diet is causing blank, you know, to let them know that you can eat in a way that actually promotes a disease-free lifestyle. Everybody has their role, and I hope that my role in this community is to educate people that have come to a vegan lifestyle, that are experiencing problems and just want to have overall better health. You know, the things that motivate me to learn are things that I know that I can correct with my own diet. I think that diseases and problems are always caused by imbalances. You either have deficiency or toxicity. You're eating too much of something or you're not eating enough of something else. I think that there's a blueprint, levels that we should all be getting of micronutrients especially. And for people to stop worrying about macronutrients. If you want to use chronometer, guys, use it for micronutrients. Use it to see if you're getting enough vitamins and minerals. Because honestly, if you're eating whole plant foods, you really don't have to worry about sticking to 95-5 or 80-10-10 or whatever. You eat the foods that are in their whole form. Try to stay away from processed foods and you're good to go. Hiking along the riverbank. Someone told me, or in the comment section a few videos ago, that I have swag when I walk. I laughed so hard when I read that because actually more than one person has told me that in real life. I don't know what it is. It's just, maybe it's from watching Fringe. Do you guys watch Fringe? It's like, kind of like sci-fi crime almost. Olivia Dunham, she is such a badass. That's gotta be the inspiration. The Olivia Dunham walk. She's got some swag. Okay, well, this has been my morning ramble. I hope you guys have a terrific day. I'm gonna set up along the riverbank at some point and then slam out some videos for you guys. I like to kind of do videos all at once in a nice setting. So that's what I'm gonna do. Okay, have a great day, guys. Bye.